Howdy folks, welcome to episode 91. We're going to unload this iron. I think we got the first one unloaded. Yeah, we got the first one unloaded, so we're just going to unload the iron here. See if we can get this to unload in a... there. We're going to see if we can get this to unload as we drive by. And let's go see if... Yep, they're all set at... Yep, they're all set. Okay, cool. They're all set that. So the other thing I did was I changed... I love the Z fighting here. I changed the fuel consumption. Let's try a little bit higher here on the regular. I don't want to go any higher than I have to because we're going around all these curves. But yeah, so I changed the fuel consumption to high. We'll see how that works. I think I had it on low before, so I might need to like refuel every 5 minutes, you know, and get water, stop for water after every trip or whatever. I don't know. We're going to find out. Okay, so 5% is going to get us moving at a decent clip. Let's see if 3% will keep us going. And then we're going to have to go we're going to have to go get a bunch of cordwood. So we'll see what it takes to do that. See what it takes to get all of our cordwood going. Yeah, I think 3%'s a little low. Let's try 5% again. Let's see if we can get this moving. See if we can get it moving. Maybe. I'm gonna wait till this is on the stairs, like up to the top of the stairs, I think it is. With, like right there, when the middle of the car hits the top of the stairs, I think that's when you're good. I don't know. Maybe with the coal you can drop it at the bottom, or the iron, maybe you can drop it at the bottom of the middle of the steps, bottom of the steps, whatever it is. But I'm not sure. I think 4% is where we need to be. There. Maybe 5%. Maybe 5% is acceptable. Because I don't think we're going to get going any faster either. See if we can hit it. 5. It heard me say 5 and it's like, no, I'm not going to do that. Okay. What did the propeller say to the water? Screw you. Okay. Anyway. 4, 2, 1. There we go. Okay, we'll see how much of this we can get. We should be able to unload all this and then get our cordwood planned out and stuff. Assuming we don't run out of fuel with this. We'll see. How are we doing on fuel? Interesting. It doesn't show different fuel levels. So I'm assuming it's just showing the one that my character is physically standing in. It must be showing the one I'm standing in. So we'll see if it starts slowing down and we're not pulling hard enough, that's because one of the engines ran out of fuel. That's how you know. I mean, I don't mind, like, if we have to stock it up, like, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that. I think it's lasting maybe a half hour right now, or even longer, because it's, what, maybe an episode and a half, which is about 45 minutes. Maybe. Is where it's lasting right now? I don't know. It's so seldom that I don't even pay attention, and that I forget that I have to put fuel in. Did I ever do that with an airplane? Okay. Yeah, speaking of, see? We're like running out of oomph. I mean, that could just be the things at the... Here, let's go like this. That's at 60. We're just going to refill everybody. 96. Really? There we go. Come on. 70%. Okay. And then this one is going to be at 77%. 87, 90. Thank you. I was really going to complain if it... See, this one shows wood. Cool. Okay. We need to up it a little bit because of this. Did I ever do the circularized trick on that? I don't know if I did or not. I don't remember for sure if I did. I mean, that is a really... It's kind of a nasty corner. This whole thing is nasty over here. This one has always been... Historically has always been, like, really difficult to get in such a way. I mean, you're not supposed to... I think they intended for you to make this so that you shunt into the cordwood, which, no. My answer to that is no. Especially as much cordwood as you bring to this thing, because you bring an absolute ton of cordwood to this to make the... Whatever it is that's over here is really stingy on... I think it's the rails or whatever, or super stingy on how many rails you get out of each thing. And so you have to bring an absolute ton of cordwood in order to have any kind of reasonable amount of output. And so, yeah, I'm not going to sit there and shunt cars for... I mean, I think we even did that where you could back into this and shunt over the iron ore. Maybe we'll do that next time. Maybe we'll rebuild this so that we can do that. Just rebuild this, put a thing here. I could try that, right? Let's go like this. Let's go like... this. Let's see what kind of, if we can put track in here. What does it do? See, it'll let you put track in there, and I'm pretty sure that stuff isn't, that stuff is non-colliding, non-clipping, whatever you want to call it. All right. There. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that stuff is non-clipping, and that you'd be able to drive a... You know what? We're going to try that. We are going to try that. When we finish up here, that's going to be our next thing. We'll see what happens. We can put a split off from there too, because this is a switch anyway. We can put a switch on this side, and then run this one here, and then run the other one the other way. I don't want to back this all the way out of here and that stuff in order to try it with this load of iron, because it'll be across a switch anyway, so it should be fine. We'll see. We might even be able to put two switches in. Put a switch here that connects to the switch that comes out of there. So that switch comes over here. This one turns that way to the right. They would both be right-handed switches. I might actually have to slow down here. There. Because I was too slow on that. Let's go like this. Yeah, I let it stop. My mistake. Noob mistake. Right? What do we have over here anyway? Let's check the map. We have this. This definitely needs to be able to accommodate that. Okay. Let's try 8. Stop knocking all of my stuff off the shelves, cat. Okay, that's going to make it. That one might not. Yeah, that one's not going to. Eight, 7, 6, 5. Whoops. Huh. Nice. What did you just... Great. Don't knock that stuff off. cats. Chaos machines. It's so laggy that it's doing 2 clicks on the throttle before it gets to the next thing. Okay, we need to... See, it's the train's getting lighter each time we unload a car, too, so... There's that, and I don't know if this is becoming easier to pull because the engines are not on the curvier part, too. Go back up to 6. Are we going to make it? Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. That was so close. We're like cutting it close on these. Okay, that one's gonna make it. Is that it? That's the end of the... Okay, cool. We'll go back up to 6. Yeah, because that one's gonna make it. All right. I mean, it would be cool if we could do this, and then we can also connect. You know what we can do is we can make this go across and reconnect this. Make this do like some kind of a curve and crisscross over this so that it... Let's see. Do we want this... My question is, where do we want this engine? I think we need to back up. Because we don't want to go head first. Well, we could go head first and come out the tunnel. Yeah, why don't we do that? We'll just go around and go through the tunnel. So let's get this moving. There we go. Yeah, I forget which one it is. I think it's the rails that, like, they need a ton of... The things that use rails use a ton of them or something like that. Or the raw... I think it's the raw iron, actually. You only make 3 at a time, but it uses an absolute ton of them. Make sure, double-check this switch. Okay. And then this way... That's what we'll do. We'll come up here. We're going to take these cars... We're going to put those all on the back end of this, and we're going to take all those cars back. That's what we'll do. But we're not going to do that this episode, I think. We're going to try to... we're going to try to get our cordwood thing set up here, too, while I'm thinking about it. All right, so... This one is going to go this way and that way. Okay, it's fine. It'll do its thing by itself. It doesn't need us. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out this piece of track here. And then we're going to put in a switch. So let's get this. We're going to try this. Right switch. Let's see if we can do this, if it'll let us. I want the switch over on that side just so it's not confusing, because otherwise it is confusing. See, I don't know if this is going to... I don't know if that's going to do it. It's not going to reach. Watch. See our train still running away over there. See, that's even... Oh, yeah, that's... There's no way. No way. Uh-uh. Ain't no way, no how. So what we're going to do is... This is going to be a switch that comes out that way. So let's go like... this. We're going to do number 5. So this goes straight. What was it doing there? There was like a little... Why did it show me a... It showed me a link. It must have been on the other side. So somewhere over here, we can do like a crossover. But honestly, I think this is long enough. I think that's as long... We're not going to have a cordwood train that's longer than that anyway. So let's go like this. Let's do... yes, we're going to cheese that. Let's do left switch with a right-handed thing. See, we'll just put our switch in here. See, look at that. Beautiful. All right, and then we just take out this piece of track. And then we reconnect these. So this one is going to connect here. This one's going to connect to the iron. And then this is going to connect down here. I guess it's a good thing our train wasn't on that piece of track that we deleted, huh? All right, let's see how it's doing. I'm sure it's rolled itself to a stop anyway, yeah. Does somebody have their brakes on? Did somebody that I re-railed, like, leave their brakes on or something? Because it shouldn't be stopping like that. It should not be stopping that quickly. That barely went anywhere. It's not like it's going up a big hill. See, also, if it was going up a hill, if it were going up a hill, it would roll backwards then after stopping. 0%. Does the save editor like show me like highlight all the highlight all the cars that have their brakes on? Does it have that? That would be awesome. Show me on the map every car that has its brakes on. Brake 0. We're still at 0. Somebody's got to have their brakes on because there's no way this thing rolled to a stop like that out of nowhere unless there's like a pile up front here. I didn't even look. No, we're right at the front. Okay. Let's go like this. His brakes are off. We're going to go into each one and check. 0%. Brakes are off. Why is this acting like... Why is it acting... See, this one doesn't either. Why is it acting so frictiony? That really is a lot quicker on the whatchamacallit. Okay, so... Let's bring this... Whoops. Let's bring this up. Oh. Okay, we were stuck on something. Let's see where that is. Let's go find out what's going on this piece of track here. It was right up here. Oh, it's just... It wasn't... Okay, we're just going to start getting rid of any of this stuff here. So we can see. Nice. Nice. Yeah, do that. Do exactly that. Okay. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I am not seeing anything on this side. Let's go over this side. I'm sure it's completely safe walking between there. Get rid of that. Remember that rock I was talking about? It's got to be some little thing showing through the... Let's see. That's like 2 cars back, so that's not it. Remember there was that... Because the colliders aren't always exactly where the mesh is. So just because you don't see it overlapping doesn't mean that the collider is not overlapping. So we could have... Nice. So we could have some kind of a... You know, that little rock that was sticking through the thing. Let's see. Let's go like this. We're going to do this. Okay. Somebody's lost. We have a losted kitten. We're going to get rid of that. See what else is over here. I need to put a marker up here. Let's put a marker up here just so that we know what we're looking at. Where we want to look for this. There. That way we know where to look. Because we're going to take out this piece of track, I think. I think we're going to remove this piece of track and then relay the track after we make sure that there's nothing under there. Okay. Because that's the second time we've derailed right at that same spot. All right, we're going to back up. Get those two in there. All right. That was even like going really slow too. But see, it's not every time. It's not every single car. So there's got to be something that like it wobbles just right, you know. It wobbles just right and then hits the top of something that's not quite visible through the mesh, through the rails. Whoops. I am not seeing anything. Go back here. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything under there, but we'll go, because I don't know how long that piece of track is. Let's go do this. We'll get this lined up. We'll get this big thing. Get this big train set up. All right. We made it past that. Alright, we're going to go back here and we're going to watch from here. So we need to get this up the hill. And stopped on the hill. So this needs to get past that upper switch. So that should be an adventure, right? And then we get to pull this gigantic thing through the whole tunnel up and down the hill. So that's certainly going to be... we'll call it interesting. Nice. Nice, the collisions there. And we made it up the last hill with this. So we need to hit this switch here as soon as the thing goes past it. We passed it? We're past it. Okay. Alright, so now we need to roll this gently down the hill. We're going to leave the reverser on that. Okay, we got everybody in tension. It's not accidental, it's intention. How many times can I recycle that joke? All right. It's good for the joke environment. All right. Looks like that should be a good amount of brakes. There we go. About 80% will keep us low. There, we just kind of barely want to touch this. We don't want to slam into it because these cars are light and they have brakes on. Okay, so we're going to hit the brakes. We need to come back here physically and go turn off all the brakes on these cars. I just need to check both ends because it's one end or the other. Yeah, it's not that end, so it's got to be this end. Okay. We were on flat. Huh. Now it's rolling downhill again because of that. Okay, let's see what we can do here. That's a whole lot of cars, isn't it? Alright. How are we doing on fuel? I think I'm going to need to refuel. Alright, we're going to go up to... Come on, you can do it. There we go. Go refuel these. Now see, it would be interesting role-playing or whatever if they made it so that the firebox cooled down, like burned more, burned inefficiently or whatever because you left the door open. Okay, cool. We got them all filled up. Let's get moving. See if we can pull these up the hill. I mean, we could roll backwards and get a run at it, but I don't think we're going to need that with 3 engines. That other hill, I think, was steeper. The engines are already past the steepest part of the hill. The steepest part of the hill is right over here, as you can see. Yeah, it's right up here. I think there's even a little dip there, like a little divot between the two. A little dimple, whatever you want to call it, between the two. That's kind of cool, actually. That's cool. Let's make sure our switches are going to be good when we get through the tunnel. Got that and that. Which way are we going to go? Because we want to go back to the whatchamacallit. I think we're going to want to go this way. And then back up. Because we want to be able to back these up to the whatchamacallit. We probably should just put a turnaround. We probably should put a turnaround over at the main hub. I think that's going to be our thing, is we're just going to put stuff at the hub. We're going to go this way. Nope. We're not going to go that way. We're going to go this way. Let's put those so that they match. Okay. What did it do? Oh, nice. Nice. Did we break something? We broke something. Let's see what we broke. And it's dark out. Did the stuff fall off the thing? Did it... What happened? It doesn't even make sense why it stopped. It's not off the rails or anything, is it? Did anything come off the rails? Or did it just decide that there were too many cars? I don't want a physics. I refuse to physics. What did it do? I don't understand. Maybe the link just broke because it was too much. But why did this... Oh. That's why. Okay. We dropped 3 of them. Okay. Are those going down the hill? No, that's just the clouds. Okay. Alright, we're going to re-rail these then. I don't know what that was. We weren't looking. Let's go like this. We didn't even get to see all the fun. We missed the best part. Go like this. And then let me turn off this lantern. That lantern is so annoying. Even when it's helpful, it's annoying. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it did that. Okay. And you know what? We are out of time for today, so that's going to be it for episode 91. We'll fix this up. We'll get it all working. And episode 92. Yeah, join me in episode 92. We'll get this working and get this up the hill, hopefully. I don't know what that was. And you know what? We need to fix this thing back here, too, now that we've gotten these out of the way and the physics is paused for that stuff. So we'll figure this stuff out first, and then we'll get our thing up the hill, and then we'll do our Cordwood. So yeah, join me in episode 92, and we'll see you then. Later.